Da, 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 da. I don't know the song.
This is so nostalgic for me because I was in band and we would have to play this. You know, dun, dun, and yeah, we definitely did that. The pro session and the re-session, okay? So, graduation. Okay, the graduation song that I feel like everybody play was, right? Like, all the times we had together.
You know?
That song.
So because you went to a white school, I'm gonna let that slide because we did the Boys to Men. Like, they were like, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And it's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
I love that one. I love that. Yeah, sorry. I don't even know what band that was that I sang. I don't know. Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, we are a minute in. If you don't know who you're listening to, this is the Just Extra podcast with Jackie and Erica. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Erica. And today we are recognizing our old age.
Oh, no. But first, we are graduating. Yay!
Woo! Okay, by we, she means she. Okay, but you know, I'm attending. Okay, I did no contribution. Okay, I probably negatively impacted this degree more than it had some positive influence. Okay, let's throw it back to the time where you were taking class in the bar with me. Okay, you know.
And this is look. Hey, I needed that. I'll do that again. We should go back. But I was speaking about permission because that's where we was at. And I was definitely like. Headphone in one hand, listening to my WebEx, drinking with you, talking. But that was like a extra like study session. But it just comes to show like, hey y'all, like you gotta do what you gotta do. Can I wait? Should we get into the episode or can I just rep? Hold on, y'all. Before we get started, I'm graduating, but let me rep myself real quick. Rep yourself. Okay, do you see this? This says BSN, okay? We are going to be a full-fledged working nurse, okay? And do you see these cords, baby? Do you see these cords? You know what this says? What it say? Magna cum laude, baby.
Oh, okay. Hey. I was like, I don't know, girl. I know that's why you was smart, okay? So yeah, in case you didn't know, Jackie's definitely, she just said it. She's wearing her robe, her sash, her cords. I see the hat back there. What's that called? That's a hat. Okay, cap.
Here's the cap. This is the gown.
The cap, the gown. Okay. Yes. I felt like I could hear it. So maybe just be careful with waving your arms around because I was like, it was sounding like one of them windbreakers.
You know what? We can start this episode right on over, and I won't move. Okay?
Don't start it over. I mean, just
okay. Well, I'm not gonna.
You got a shirt on?
Okay.
Just strip.
I do. I just won't move so much. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move that. I'll keep my hands like here. Yeah, I don't want it to mess up the audio though.
Hey, that's on you because you.
Let's start over.
She said start over.
No. It's okay. Okay. If you guys heard it, I'm so sorry. I'm just really excited. But yeah, I have the cords, I have the band, I have everything, the sash, I have it all on.
Yeah,
so I'm
she looks
excited.
So cute. It's very fitting. Okay, it fits you so well. Okay, like, I mean, it's a gown, but I mean, like, it looks great on you. Okay, like, you're a superstar. You're so smart. Oh. You're accomplishing so many things. You're just growing up so.
I know. Yes. I'm like, ugh. So it's been 2.5 long years. Honestly, I've started this journey back in 2018 after my dad passed away. Like, I literally started school to get my prereqs again, like literally right after he passed. And so I was like, okay, we're going to go back to school. I had to take a lot of prereqs over because there's like a 4 year limit. We're gonna talk about that.
Interesting.
Just yes, like a lot of my like the sciences, if they're 4 years or older, you have to take them over again in order to do nursing, which sucks. So yes. But anywho,
Before
hey
we get too
girl.
deep, yeah, into the graduation stuff, we got to catch up in our extra thoughts segment, our little review of the last episode. We were talking about mothers, okay? There was one thing that I did leave out of this mothers episode. I wanted to talk about this like spoof that I saw. Basically, it was like this thing where like someone's walking up to men on the street with a microphone, and basically like asking them a ton of questions about their child, right? So they ask like, when's your child's birthday to the father? And the father's like, oh. And they're like, okay, what's the name of your, son's best friend? And they're like, And they're like, can you name their doctor? And it's just like a bunch of clips over and over and over and over and over again about dads not really having any awareness of their children. Like, what's their middle name? And like just not knowing not a single thing about them. And then like the last clip had like the wife walk up, and it was like a dad who had like 4 children, and the wife walks up and is basically same questions. What's the birthday? This is Lucia's birthday is May 14th 2002. This is Amanda, like whatever, just going one by one through all the children, all 4 of them, and could name all of their birthdays, like not just the month or anything, like month, date, year. So it was just like this whole thing of like, how fathers don't really know not a single thing, and that, mothers are really the ones who are responsible and have the extra load, mental load, burden of like caring for and being involved in their child's life. And like the whole thing was, it was kind of like one of those stitched uh post where that was like the clip and then someone commenting on it, and so the person commenting on it is just like, it's so cringe to me that we're supposed to think that this is like funny and like comedic. It's really cringy behavior. It's really cringy activity that like these fathers are not involved at all in their children. And then like he was just thinking like, I wonder how your child feels standing next to you and having like questions asked and asked and asked and asked, and y'all don't know not a single thing about them, like, and they're standing right there. So it was basically just saying how awkward it was, and that like, yeah, like you're saying, like mothers should really be appreciated because they are expected to take on a lot. They are expected to like know these things, and that it's just so normal that like fathers or men or husbands are just aren't gonna, just don't have to be as involved in that space. Which is also a part of the reason why I'm like, ew, gross, because I'm not doing this ish alone. And I'm not doing more than you are doing. So I know that I need a partner who's going to contribute to the child rearing just as much, if honestly not a little bit more. Make me feel a little bad, maybe just a little bit. Because that's how involved I want you to be. That's how dedicated and committed I want you to be. Thank you.
See, that's exactly why we cannot allow men to just. I'm sorry. Fatherhood should not be an optional thing. I'm so sorry. Like, I hate to see it because we see it all the time in our community that men could just, spread your seed and just mosey on out. But the ones that stay in the house, you don't know the child's doctor. You don't know the birthday. You don't know their best friend. They could just go off with anyone. And I I just want us women to not take the burden off. Like, guys have it so well with the whole marriage thing. A lot of guys, I mean, that could be debated depending on the guy. So let's not speak in absolutes. But um, a lot of women carry a lot on their backs when they're a mom and their wife. So let's not making it an optional thing. We live in a day and age everyone makes the same amount of money. You know, let's all contribute to the household all the way around. Sorry guys, you gotta get up too.
Sorry, not sorry. All right. Any extra thoughts for you on mothers?
That was my extra thought.
Oh, great.
Contributing to what you had to say.
Thanks. So that swiftly moves us into a catch up. And I know that we were talking last episode about Cinco de Mayo. And, we did celebrate and we never informed y'all of our celebrations. So we thought we would do that now. Jack, do you want to provide an overview of Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Drinko. That's what it was. First off, the weather. We're in hurricane season, so it's like, it was raining crazy, but that didn't stop us from coming outside. So I was happy with that. Arlene, she texted me earlier. She called me. She's like, I'm just ready to go out. I'm ready to drink. And I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and finish up this stuff, and then we can definitely go ahead and get it done. So I made sure I met my deadlines. So I met you guys over at the house. We took a couple shots. Then we took a couple more shots, and then and then we went to Cyclone Anaya's. Right. Well, you made a roadie.
Hey.
I'm trying to do better with the drinking thing. Okay, guys. But still, you gave me some nasty ass kin. That was so nasty. I didn't forget that shit. Erica made... I don't know if you guys remember from episodes ago, but she was like, I want you to try this non-alcoholic drink when she was dating No Name. He brought those over, and she finally gave them to me, and they taste like booty.
Yeah. I got them for when he was here so that I could drink and that he could still have something in his hand. I would feel better about it.
If you gave that to me, I'd be like, you don't like me.
Honestly, he tasted it, didn't say anything to me, and then I tasted it, and I was like, this is disgusting! Like, he just cracked it open a second before me. Cracked it open, tasted it, like we were getting settled in, and then I, got settled, cracked it open, tasted it, and I was like, did you taste this? He's like, yes. And I was like, this is disgusting! And he was like, yeah, I was waiting for you to try it and see what you thought. It was nasty. So I have been literally so excited to have somebody else try it so they could also experience the thrill that I experienced.
This just goes to show he really had no personality, because how can you just drink that and not say anything? I'll be like, Erica, what do you think this is? Like, it tasted like Pepto-Bismol, like ground earth dirt, but it may do exactly what it says. It's one of those neurotropic things. Those drinks. Okay, I'll give you guys another non-alcoholic solution. It's called Hiyo, Hiyo. They sell it at Central Market here, and I think Whole Foods. But yeah, girl, nah. But yeah, Hiyo is good. Okay. But I felt like an overall calm feeling when I drank it. Now, it did not get me drunk, but I am open to trying other things as well. So,
yeah, I would love a relaxation replacement for some other things. Okay,
right.
So, yes. Okay, so we had some drinks at our friends and went to Cyclone Anaya's. You were just about to say Cyclone Anaya's. I went in, okay, on my food. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually was the only one who didn't finish our food, but I promise you, it was delicious, and it was even better when I came back and had it after a couple of more moments.
You've had them before. But, like, have you had, like, their food before?
Whose food?
Cyclone Anaya's.
No, the one time... okay, so I was there with you and Ray, and I was just snackish. I think I had already eaten when I just went to go hang out with y'all to be there. The other time I was there with Mr. Delicious. That was the first time I went. But he had already eaten, and I just didn't want to eat by myself. So I had a margarita, he had a margarita, and then I went over there and ate that, okay? And I would eat it again, okay? Come back. So, no, I have not. That was my first time really eating at Cyclone Anaya's. Third time in the building. Third time's a charm.
I like it. that was my first time at that location, and I thought that location was cute. So,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a good little time. Oh, let me catch you guys up. So, bought tickets to Ghana.
You're so funny because I'm like, we also went to Off the Record.
Oh shit. I forgot about that part. I was definitely drunk as fuck. Oh yeah, we tried Off the Record. It was a vibe in there. Honestly, the layout is how it's supposed to be. I feel like, Houston became such a money hungry like spot when it came down to black places because you couldn't walk around, you couldn't really socialize like you really supposed to in these type of places. It was nothing but there's nothing but sections out here. But I like Off the Record because they left all the sections along the wall. And actually, I don't even think they are real sections. You could sit down. They said you could sit down if there's nobody there.
Really
Yeah.
nice. Love that. Yeah, this is my one of another like I would say top spot to go to because I did like the layout. I love a place where I know the songs and I feel like I could get into it. Like, you know me, I'm old, so I just nostalgic throwbacks. Okay, I'm like, I know this, yay for me. And I love that we're all having a great time. Yeah, the layout was great, the music was great. We loved the projection of the DJ against the wall.
That turned me up.
Yeah, fairly priced drinks. I guess I had a shot. And yeah, the only thing is that I could tell that we were definitely aging. I was like looking around and I was like, why are there children in here?
I mean, they're supposed to be. We're supposed to be leaving.
I guess we not supposed to be here, but I'm a child. I wonder,
Honestly,
did we look out of place though? Did I? Me
no.
specifically? Okay, because let's not talk about everybody else. But like,
Nobody looked out of place. It's like if you look up, like, okay, because honestly, when it's later on in the evening, there are older people that go there too. So it just so happens to be a young crowd. It was Cinco de Mayo, like, of course. Okay, I'll say this. This is how you know it's time to leave the club when the music that you should have been clubbing to starts playing, like becoming like a thing. Like, okay. So now all the 2000s music is becoming a thing now. But I didn't feel old until I heard like what was that one song? I was like, damn, we were really about to come out to the club to this, like when we were 18 to those teeny bopper clubs. I'm like, oh, this is church again. Oh, it's time for me to leave for real.
so interesting. No, I love a little nostalgic throwback place because I really liked Off the Record. Now, 93 Till is not the same environment. It's different, but I also enjoyed just the atmosphere there. I was like, oh, recognizable songs and music. Like, I appreciate that. Even when we go to urban, like, I don't know every single song they play, but I appreciate the catalog. Except for when they play Sex Offenders. Yeah, I'm sure there's some other places, but just where I can sit and enjoy a little songy song, or even if I'm not sitting and we can dance and really create mingle opportunities. Because honestly, like, I think if you would have gave me another one, I think I might have tried to talk to somebody up in there. Okay, I might have snapped. I might have really been a little cougar on these streets. Okay,
there was definitely somebody in there that he was just like, let me know when you want your second one. But I was already fucked up, so I didn't want it. So
I didn't want it.
I'm saying no, y'all. I'm growing up.
You should say I want it next weekend. Here's my number.
You know what? I'm gonna take that.
You're welcome.
That sounds good.
Someone come up and talk to me because I got things to say.
He wasn't bad looking. I was just very intoxicated, and I was just like,
are you talking to me or are you talking to me?
I was just like, I don't have time for you to be like an asshole because I accepted this drink, and then you're gonna ruin my night because I'm already having a fun time.
Yeah,
that's where I was. I was very happy. I was like, okay, everything looks giving. I had a good time. It was like, it's rare when you get one of those days where you just like go with the flow, and it's like working the fuck out.
It really was a go with the flow, and it did work out because, yeah, it was really raining, and I'm
really trying so hard not to make noise with my life.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm looking real stiff on this camera, but
No, you're
yeah.
doing great. I'm like, should I reapply? She's applying some gloss to the lips. Um, okay. Any other additions to Cinco de Mayo?
Um, Happy Independence Day. Happy birthday to Diane. Um,
Aww.
she is like I said, she's having a ceremony in Ghana, and me and her sister, we bought flights, so finally we're gonna go to the motherland, y'all. It's about to be lit.
I need to go. So I need to really look into that ish. And I know y'all are talking about y'all bought tickets from the East Coast. I'm like, let me see how these flights are looking from Charlotte. Maybe I'll go and hang out with my mama for a little bit, or maybe come back and do Christmas with her, just it might make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, do that. Because our layover is going to be in Morocco, and that sounds super cute.
And that's where she said that we should be going. She's like, y'all should go to Morocco. You should go.
Oh, she been there?
Where hasn't she been?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, shoot,
this
tell
girl
her to
does
put us
not
on.
sit down.
Well, we have a 15-hour layover, so
snap. Okay.
it's gonna be during the day. So we definitely could squeeze in a tour or some food or something,
Mm-hmm. Fun. Okay. The only thing that I want to add from my side is, you remember, I'm like, I don't know what episode it was. Was it a whole lot of extra? It was at the beginning. Sex therapy. I can't remember which episode, but I think that I told you that I ran into a guy outside of like Potbelly's and he hit on me.
And he had a belly himself?
Kind of. But you said his name in the outline. You're like, well, who's this? I thought you were talking about the artist. And I was like, no, I'm talking about the person. That's his name. You remember now? A little.
All right. Well, come on. What's up?
Okay. Nothing really, except for he just randomly sent me a text message over the weekend. I was like, hey, Erica.
So are you going to go out?
I elected not to respond because why?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, sir. We met in October. Early October, sir, is when we met. And the interaction in our text thread was literally just like, name, and I said, hey, Erica, and he was like, do you have an Instagram? And I gave it to him.
Yeah, he's just going back through his Rolodex, like, who can I bother?
Exactly. So
that ain't no damn news. That's just somebody being bored. Fuck that nigga.
That's the only thing that's happened to me. Okay, so that's my update.
I definitely minimized that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all good. That's all I had, Also, like old episodes. Go back and listen. Okay.
Go listen, y'all.
So in our extra segment, it's our pop culture and society, the news, the media, the internet, all the things. And we also have a movie review. So if y'all are interested in seeing Challengers, maybe like listen to just the review part. I don't know how deep we're getting, so maybe fast forward. But we saw Challengers, Zendaya's movie, the tennis movie. What were your thoughts, Jacqueline?
First off, I didn't know anything about this movie when I walked in. So you guys said, oh, let's watch Challengers. So I had no idea. I just thought it was going to be a tennis movie. And boy, was I surprised, because it is not just a tennis movie. Wow. There's a lot more going on. I was watching it.
You didn't. Sorry. I'm surprised you didn't know anything, like no trailer.
No, I don't watch. I don't have commercials. I have YouTube Premium. Okay, we don't pay. We don't have commercials over here.
I think I saw a Zendaya post about it. Maybe that's how
I don't follow her.
Oh, interesting.
I know nothing about it. So this is a blind buy, quote unquote.
Okay.
And I love that. So I was like, what am I gonna get here? I'm thinking this is just gonna be a regular love triangle, but it was a real triangle. Okay.
Sure was.
I like that. I was like, where we going here? Oh. And I was just the homoeroticism was so what's that word? Palatable. It was really
palpable?
Good. It was palpable. There you go. Sure. It was so good. I was like, y'all both hot in your own way. And then y'all love her and well, I know you don't like Winnable, okay? But look, they're hot in their own way. And it's just
Sure.
like they represent, you know why that movie touched me? Because they represented the two type of men I always run into. The man that excites me, the man with chemistry, and the man that shows like care, morals, family, but it's a little boring. Not so not so
Mm,
brave. But that's the nigga you supposed to
facts.
be with. That's the
You're
nigga who you
getting
supposed to have
deep,
kids with.
Jackie. Wow. That's factual. Let me
Mm-hmm.
let me open my eye. Yes, because why the boring one? I mean, but also, is it our perception of what actually is boring? Is that, are we
See,
confusing boring with safety?
here's the thing, we talked about this again on a previous episode that the chemistry isn't always going to be back behind a safe relationship. It's because of the unpredictability, you know? The
Mm,
other character, the brunette guy, he was so like, first off, that man was sleeping in his car. So, yeah. He already starting off bad. Like, what are you doing here? And you could tell he made some choices in his life
he
versus the
seems.
guy who just like, straight and narrow. He really just wanted to, if anything, he just wanted to make it work. And that's really not boring. It may be
Yeah,
boring depending on what phase in life you're in. Cause right
yeah,
now that ain't boring to me at all. That's what I'm looking for. Okay?
yeah. If
That's
we have
what
some,
I'm looking for.
and they had similar interests too, like they were bonding over something that they both really loved and were passionate about. So that could be really exciting. He just wasn't cute. I'm sorry. If he was hotter, I wouldn't have anything really to truly say about him. But I'm just not attracted to him. I'm not really attracted to either of them. But they did have a hot little moment. It was just so funny. I to this moment have Zendaya's like eyes in my mind when she just looks up and she's just like,
Yes, that is me. I was just when that scene came on, I was just like, now y'all kiss. And then they kiss. I was like, yeah,
Jackie, your
that's
face right now is killing me.
yeah. That's honestly, there's like this y'all I don't think you'll probably understand this about me, but I do have some form of like dominance that I would like to, I have
Hmm.
a little bit around men, like that sexual dominance. Like
See,
I'm like a switch
I was gonna
per
say, I just,
se.
how they say, okay, because I'm always talking about I'm so strong and whatever out here in life, but in the bedroom and in other situations, I do want to just be like, okay, who's making the other decisions? Who's making them? And like, like, and I could see it being opposite for you of like, I'm not saying that you're not, but I just think that your presentation is more just like, okay, and then I could see you wanting to have more control. I just, there's yin and yang to all of us, okay? Balance within all of us. So,
I
mm-hmm.
agree because I mean, in my life, I can show up different ways depending, like how I show up in work is probably different how I show up with you guys because I'm very serious at work. I'm very like matter of fact, like I'm very like, okay, we're not really gonna have this conversation. I barely make friends at work, but I do walk away with a friend or two because they do find out my personality one way or the other. But yeah, I don't know. That scene, I was just like, I would have put their heads together, like myself.
I would put
Anyway,
them
I know
both
the
on my
men.
puss.
Yeah, that would
Sorry.
have been hot.
Just one of the things that I was thinking about when that scene first started is I need a two-hand massage. So forehand, because obviously two hands are already what's happening. Two-person forehand massage. I hear that those are like orgasmic, like two people just rubbing on
Oh,
you and giving you a massage, and they're like, and you're just so much stimulation and you can't see, and like
tell me
I
more.
hear, yeah, I hear that that is really the vibe. Just two hands rubbing on you, all the sensation, like they say that you really should try something like that. So that's on my list of like, okay, I want a four-handed two-person massage. You rub my feet, you rub my back. Could you imagine someone rubbing your feet and your back at the same time?
Oh, my eyes just rolled a little bit.
I saw
You know what?
that.
I'm definitely going to get a massage after all of this. Okay,
You should.
I deserve it. I need
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, and I still
Let
got
me
money
send you some
left on the
cash.
card.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I forgot.
I'm supposed to get my little decorations.
Yeah, I know. I'm like poor. I'm like the rent came out. I was like, hold on, I did pay for it.
We all a little po. All right,
I'm like,
we all a little
Lord.
po.
No, you'll get it for sure. I'm not going to. Okay. So, since we're talking about you getting this money, okay, you getting to the money. Hey, everybody, that's a song. It's like, is that
I
Lemonade?
know you be trying and it just don't be working. All right, so I guess we're gonna go to our main topic.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
See,
dun.
I tried to pick a song, and you totally treated my life on the song that I picked. I was talking about, it's fine. And we already did that one.
Yeah, yeah, we did. So anyway, y'all, I am graduating. I know we talked about it earlier, but I am literally done. Like I am I literally had a moment of like tears like falling down because there's
Aww.
moments where I like thought about quitting, I threw up, like I think I talked about it on this podcast. Like I threw up after an exam.
Yeah.
Like I work full time and then after work I do this and then like and even trying to do the podcast. I'm so excited for it to just be the podcast and like, wherever my future takes me. But I want to salute my sister as well because she's graduating with her bachelor's as well. So this is my second bachelor's, this is her first, and it's been 10 years literally since you and I graduated from the University of Illinois.
Literally. 2014, baby.
10 years. Okay. 21 to 31. Like, that's crazy. 10 years. Like, first off, can we talk about it? Was 10 years a long time for you just now?
Um, 10 years. I think the first five probably started slow, but the second five have like sped by, baby. I'm
Girl.
like, what happened? 5 years have passed? I'm sorry, I'm not 28.
Girl. Like, the first 5 years, what was like 2014 to 2019, they were really slow. Like, maybe because I felt stagnant, but then also I was
Mm,
doing the same thing every day. Like I was just working. I really wasn't in school like that. And I was just trying to see like what did I want to do for real because my major is like we'll talk about that later. It's just one of those things where you have to add on to it. So, and I hate that. Oh God. But
things were
let's talk
so
about
like, sorry. I was like, yeah, things were so new. You're saying like stagnant. I was like, everything was so new. Like the first year, I'm like commuting back and forth. Like the second year is my first time living in the city. I'm like, big girl salary, whatever. I moved about every year
You sure
those
did.
first couple years. Um, yeah, and then I think the last 5 years, then it was like monotonous, and then I'm like, people work for 40 years.
Girl. Well, I did move back in with my grandma after graduating. So I was doing that. I was taking care of her. I was taking care of my dad. So I did feel kind of stuck. And then it was in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. So it felt like I did 4 years in school just to come back home. And I would have that time of freedom when I would hang out with you guys downtown. I would stay over your house because I'm like, shoot, I ain't
You're more
coming
than
back.
welcome. Mm-hmm.
But it was slow for me because I was just, I don't know, I felt stuck in a way because, okay, the guys that I was dating and talking to, they weren't really going anywhere in life. And it's just the area I was living in, honestly. Like, it
Mm.
just wasn't really doing much for me. But when I moved, life got like sped up for me, I felt like. So I guess it's a flip flop. Like
I could see
moving to
that.
Houston, yeah, moving to Houston, having my own place, you know, you going in and out of school, dating, like dating multiple guys. This is the most guys
Ooh.
I've dated since being here. Chicago was okay, and we'll be a little honest right now. It was kind of hard to date with you guys. I'm trying to be honest with y'all.
In what way? With the who guys? The guys?
Yeah,
Literal guys?
all the U of I guys, we would like be around a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, I would say that that was difficult because it's the same crowd. I'm like, listen, y'all already seen me, okay, and I've already seen some of y'all's dicks. Okay, so can we get some fresh meat in here? All the spaces that we would go to, I'm like, there's very rarely new people. It was U of
Girl, it
I. It
was
was U of I. It was like U of I was like the only people here. And I was appreciative of my like internship because I could be like, oh, I know some of these people, and they could like kind of expand us a little bit beyond like school. But yeah, it was like this is the same crowd. But I do feel like I did get more attention in Chicago still.
they they were able to walk up to you more. I feel like I don't know. I think the culture up there just allows for conversation. Out here is very like, what can you do for me ass niggas? And, not to say like these guys are quality because they're not that quality down here.
The
They're
crazy thing
just
is that I could do a lot for you. Like I really could.
Mhm.
I could do a lot for you. You got to talk to me though to find out.
Yeah, Houston men will just stare at you like from across the room and like expect you to walk up to them. And I'm like, sir, this is the South. I don't know what type of South this is, but where I grew up, men walk up to me. Okay? They say hello to me. But the guys, I don't know. It's just very, Ooh, you know what? I just thought about what I could snack on after we're done here.
You're
I
so
have to,
funny.
I know, I'm sorry,
Okay,
it's so
so let's
random.
move on to other things about how you're feeling. You have plans for graduation. Tell us about them.
All right, y'all. So the plan is, are you coming next week to the ceremony? It's at 11 a.m. Um, on Friday.
The 17th.
Yes.
Yeah, I I plan to attend. That is also my meeting free Friday. So, I can get away with, not being around.
Girl, we about
So,
to act up. We about to act up that weekend. What
yeah,
is
I was like, we can go check
that?
out.
Well,
Say
not that
I was
weekend. Well, not that weekend. That day. I'm giving myself that day off because I have to go back to studying. Um, and like my mom and them are gonna be there, but that's fine. They partiers too. My
oh good.
sister can't wait to do
Ah,
stuff.
I'm like, when was the last time I've seen your sister? I feel like have I met her? I feel like I've met her. I was like,
Yeah, she came over your house. We were on your balcony.
thank you so much. Yes. Okay. I was like, I was like, we've had some moments, but why can't I recall a moment? I was like, but can I recall? The only other thing that I was going to think about was obviously your father's funeral.
Yeah, that wasn't too happy. But overall, like after that, then the week after that, that next Friday after that, we're gonna have this bussin' pool party. I'm excited. We got a couple people flying in to have a good time. We
Did
even
Imani
added a new
confirm?
person. I don't know. Well, no, she did not. So we have to follow up with her. She may just be with her dude, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
But um I know a partner's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Selassie Diana's coming, and his cousin Salorm is coming
Yeah,
too.
you said.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And overall, the feels are. I'm just happy. So I mean, I'm done. I'm done
Okay.
talking about graduation.
Okay. So nostalgia.
Yeah, let's get into it. Get into a bag. Let me look. Let me look at this.
Four score and 10 years ago, we
Four
was
scores of 10 years.
graduating from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, ILL.
I and I.
Yes, it was the year 2014.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, first off, we have presidents that have changed. Mr. Obama was in office when we
That
were
was my
just
first
chilling and
time
vying.
voting.
We were just having a good time. We didn't know how good we had it. So he wasn't here no more. And we started getting these fools as presidents. Like, it was crazy. Because when Trump got elected in 2016, I just didn't know what direction we're going in. And honestly, I don't think we're going in the right one.
No, I know we are not going in the correct direction. Unless the correct direction takes us to segregation, and I'm kind of okay with those vibes as long as they leave us alone. But that tends to not be what they do. They actually like to come in and like get in the mix and blow up our stuff. Sounds familiar. Yeah, definitely what the colonizer does. So, yeah, I don't necessarily. I definitely just lost my whole train of thought talking about colonizers.
Yeah, you talked about segregation and stuff like that since Trump got
Yes.
elected. And it's so many things have happened. Like, we talked about it in an episode previous, like Roe v. Wade was overturned. Now women can't get abortions. And not to say that, you know, you're taking away people's right to choose, okay? Immigration has been an issue. I mean, the borders are open now, but it's just, I don't know,
They're
man. This,
only open because they want Trump to run on that for
uh,
this campaign. Like they literally came to a bipartisan resolution and the Republicans at the last minute just did not go through with their word because Donald Trump needs something to run on. And, immigration's his whole jam. So they purposely delayed and caused, sorry, I burped. I hope y'all didn't hear that. Purposely delayed, like, pushing a bill forward so that Donald would have something to run on. So it's like, what? Make it make sense. But yes, we have had a lot of presidential change. Obama was the first president that I voted for. It was like, I always talk about the election as like the second biggest thing that's happening that week because then it's, my birthday. So yeah, that was my first time voting. And then I had a birthday that weekend. And then, yes, we had Trump, which was obviously punishment.
my
uh,
goodness, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a whole joke. I was like, no,
Everyone
he's
did.
not. He's not getting elected. He's getting elected. I remember, I was at Uncle Julio's with my boyfriend at the time, and we're thinking, oh, we got this in the bag. Hillary got this in the bag, and then we're looking up at the screen, and we're like, what's happening? Why is it all red? What's happening? What does this mean? That was the first time I smoked weed. And that was the first day. Yeah, that was the first day I smoked weed. I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And yeah, oof, gosh, that that. And I tell people that story, and they laugh. They're just like, you got high for the first time, like when he got elected. I'm like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I did. We're good these days. We don't smoke anymore. That was another life. But yeah.
I mean, something that has kind of changed in the past 10 years for me is, yes, also the smoking. I was not smoking. Uh, yeah, 2016 was also the first time that I decided to puff, and it was with an ex boyfriend at the time as well. It was not centered in the presidential election, though. It was just summertime. So that was that. Was it 2016? It was 2017 because that's when I started working at my current company, and I know that I got in with no issues. I have to take no drug tests, which is one of the things that I'm concerned about in the future. Is like, wow, like now I have concerns about this stuff. And I've always done like hair follicles, so I'm like, mm-hmm.
Girl, you better clean it up.
No, I'm just gonna be unemployed. How about the podcast takes off? So rate,
Come
review,
on now.
subscribe.
Yeah, speak it into existence, okay? I'm gonna put all the energy I put into this degree into this podcast. Well, I'm not gonna hurt myself, but I'm definitely gonna be putting a lot of energy. I definitely was hurting myself, okay?
Oh
All
no.
right. Yeah.
What
All
other
right.
personal changes do you feel like you have gone through over the last 10 years?
Honestly, like my whole look has changed up.
Mm.
Like I used to be such a makeup girly, and I used to wear the wigs. I used to do the boxy eyebrows and like draw them in. And I looked at my old pictures. I'm just like, oh, why did y'all let me go outside like that? Oh my gosh. But I was just like, why did y'all let me go outside like that? But then I remember this is the trend. Like makeup was such a thing. Like it's still a thing, but it was a thing back then. Like you just couldn't go out without a full beat. So, but when I moved to Houston and the weather was just, I toned it down. And then when the pandemic happened, I toned it all the way down. So now I probably just walk out with concealer, some foundation, some
Mm-hmm.
blush, a gloss. I barely put on eyeliner anymore, honestly. And then with my hair, I used to be wigged down. I still wear the wigs once in a while, but it used to be like no one saw my real hair.
Mm-hmm.
You probably did see my hair for a long time.
I didn't see
Like,
your hair for a long time. Absolutely correct. And not you talking bad about your eyebrows, and I'm like, the eyebrows was the game changer for you and me, our relationship. Just
oh no, it's just more so like the technique.
yeah.
Like, of course, I always like, trust me, once I learned how to put on eyebrows, my whole face changed.
Listen, what I'm
But it's
saying
the
is that
technique.
they were good enough for me to be like, well, I guess I didn't ask you specifically about them, but I took your advice. So it's good enough for me to take your advice because I was like, how do I change my look from day to night? I like wear makeup during the day, so like, how do I make it more night? And you were like, eyebrows. And I was like, oh. You're like, yeah, you could just like fill in your eyebrows, make them a little bit more defined. I was like, huh, okay. I'm gonna keep her around. Okay.
Like, look at her. She's useful. And now look at
No,
us, 10 years later, still
seriously, no.
kicking it.
Literally, aesthetically, yeah, we're the different but same. I'm like, I feel like my wardrobe. Okay, I feel like my wardrobe is still the same aesthetic. However, we are more covered because we're also larger. Partially, that's partially the reason.
Bigger.
We are
We are all bigger.
larger. Okay. About what is that, 15, 20 pounds or so. But that's okay. It's thickness that people appreciate. I appreciate some of it some of the time. Um I used to wear sew-ins, you know. I think you did a wig for me. But I used to be like a sew-in person, and then I transitioned into braids, and then we moved to Houston, and it was like, y'all want to charge me rent. So I wasn't doing that. I have braids in currently. Um, but yeah, I mean, my sister says that I was heavier with my makeup too. Like I used to have a full bead on. And she's like, I like that you like, you know, are more natural, that you're relaxing it and blah blah. And I was like, what are you talking about? But I'm like, you know what? Yes, that's true. Facts. We have taken things back a few steps. But I mean, for work, I'm not getting dressed at all for these hoes. I'm 100% remote. But like in my regular life, I be trying to like still present myself in a certain way when I leave. So all of that, that's the same. Stay ready, Erica _ stay ready. Follow me.
Mhm. Follow me at all things Jay on Instagram, and then
That's
follow
right.
us at just extra _ podcast.
She
Yes,
said
on
it.
all platforms.
Absolutely.
Um, so now last question. Okay, so we explored what has changed with us in the past like 10 years. Okay, the last thing, relationships. Oh my gosh, we can talk about it real fast and then we can jump into the last question. Honey, I used to give everybody a fucking chance. Like, I would accept drinks from everybody. And we talked about it this past like week. Like, how like I used to just accept drinks from anybody, just let anybody talk to me. And I'm just like, I know. No, I'm not gonna talk to you. And I feel like my life has been a lot better. Like I
Mm.
am, it's a little dry. You know, you'll have the occasional stragglers come in once in a while, but I just, I feel like I just have enough room to really decide who I want to be here. And it makes me feel so good because 10 years ago, I was that girl like, well, maybe I can make it work. I can just make it work, because I do want to be married and have kids and stuff like that. But No, that man don't have no job. That man has a kid already. Like, damn, that nigga. Oh, sorry. That dude is. He might be a serial killer. You don't know. And I'm talking about multiple guys. Okay, like is you know.
Yeah, I mean, from a relationship standpoint, I think oftentimes I was with people similarly, like just those that wanted me. I wasn't really doing a lot of the choosing or the picking, and I feel like I have put myself in positions to like be the initiator of a lot of the relationships that I want to get into. Now, do they end up being relationships? No. Do they end up being good people? No. So, same results, but different approach. We're still out here alone. Um, but I think I am becoming more and more like confident in who I am. I think oftentimes I felt like, are people gonna like me? I kind of am like this Oreo, so to speak, black on the outside, a little more vanilla inside, and like I've always been self-conscious about how I'm going to present and if people are going to accept me. And so I feel more assured that like, you know what, you a baby, okay, and you're funny, and that's great. And you ain't gotta be nothing different. So just being more sure in that. But yeah, these relationships, we still need to work on those, because I've not been in love. We be saying it, but I think I'm ready for like obsession. Like, I'm ready to be obsessed with somebody, and I'm
Maybe
ready
not
for them
obsessed, but
to be obsessed with me.
just some healthy love. How's that? Because
Hmm.
we can go back to, you
You're right. Words
know,
are powerful. Words mean things. So maybe not obsessed, because we're not trying to be stalked. What did you call it?
mm,
Something, the reindeer. What show? Um, we're not trying to do
baby
that.
reindeer.
Baby reindeer, yes. Um, but we are trying to be loved on and prioritized.
And that's what's important. I mean, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Oh my God. Okay. Where do I want to be in 10 years? I want to be fabulous. I want to be walking into stores and not looking at any prices and just being like, I like it, let's get it. I want to be on jets, on planes, on at least first class regularly. I want to be in a career or have income from a source that I'm really passionate about. I want to be really like all about it, all in love with it. Um, I would like to be partnered. I would like to be partnered. Like, I think that this is probably going to be my person. I would like to meet them by like 38. I think I would get really nervous going into 40 and being like, I'm not even with the person. Interesting, but you never know. But we're gonna stay optimistic about those results. I don't see myself in Houston in 10 years. I see myself in a different metropolitan major city, but I'm not sure exactly where. I've been talking about DC. That's cute. I definitely would love to be, someone who could wear a coat every so often, but also afford where I be at. So, um, yeah, those are the main things. Still thick, still baddie, still looking young. People be like, "Oh my God, you're 40? I thought you were 33." And I'm gonna be like, "Yes, ho, I know it." So I want to have a bad body by like BAD, like bad, like you know what I mean. And face card is still not declining. Healthy, 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 healthy.
Speak on it. You know how
I
you have to
want
be healthy.
I want good health. I don't want to be addicted to any substances, so we could wean off everything that we're doing right now. I'd like to just really feel secure, confident in myself, like energetic, just like the best of my life has just really started. If I could like really feel like that, yeah, that would be great.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Because after 40, and say that retirement is 65, you have another 25 years to just do whatever you please. Yeah, you're not gonna be like, spring chicken, but who cares? At that point, you don't care.
I want to retire at
So,
50.
okay, girl, get it. You know what you gotta do. You know what
I
you
gotta
gotta
do.
do.
I gotta do a lot because I'm not even prepared to retire at 60.
Yeah,
65, yes.
get
60,
it
no.
together. You already know what to do. We'll talk about it. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, I just want to. I feel like I'm starting over at this point. I am. I'm starting from ground zero, technically. Um, Especially like with retirement and stuff, just to get this damn degree. But 10 years from now, we're gonna be better. We're gonna be amazing. We're gonna be like, oh shit. Because by that time, my loans will be forgiven, all of
Amen.
them. Okay. And we are going to, we're gonna own something. We're gonna own some property. Because I own stuff, but
Mm.
I'm talking about let's speak some words. I want to own property. I want to I want to be well traveled. I'm already well traveled, but I want to be even more well traveled. I want to take on Europe. I really do. I'm sad I can't go with you. But I'm just I'm excited for everything that's waiting on me because this degree opens up so many doors. There's so many things I could be. Like I don't have to be at the bedside. I could be at home. That's why I decided to take this path because I could do what I'm doing, just making more money as an RN. I can start my own scrub line. I can make,
Fun.
I could do like blogging. I can do education. I love education. Like, I'm so excited. As far as relationship goes, ooh, I really, if God sees it for me to have a good partner, I really want him to be that one. And I really want to, because I'm so loyal and so sweet and so kind. I need that for myself now. I need that for me. And I'll be that for that person. And, you know, hopefully, good things come from it. Um, I love y'all. Y'all my people. Y'all gonna make me cry. But like,
Oh my God, stop.
just I don't know. I'm just these past 10 years I've went through a lot of love and a lot of loss. And I mean, I understand that's just a part of life, but damn, you know, we're here. We got it. We did it. Um, I think I don't know. That talked about money, well, being well traveled, loving myself a lot more. You know, I mean, I already feel like I'm in that new transition anyway, but it's just going to be well affirmed by that time. I'm just going to even better. I am definitely going to work on having a good body too because ain't no excuse. Um, but yeah, I mean, all right, so we're gonna wrap up this episode. This is just advice section. It's gonna be for our new grads. Really quickly, y'all, it doesn't stop here. The journey has just begun. Understand that, you know, you get to choose. Now, here's some realistic advice. Save your money. Save your money. If you can move back with your parents, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to go out and go to a new city, you can do that. But we just live in a world now where you really have to fend for yourself. And having a college degree, a bachelor's, just a bachelor's sometimes isn't going to cut it. You really do have to be mindful of these things. So, and also, like, just don't rush it. That's it.
Yeah, along similar lines, invest in your retirement immediately. Even if you think that you are not making enough money to invest in your retirement, it, once you get into a habit of seeing a certain amount of money and having it to play around with and use and, fund money, like once you start seeing that, like it's going to be harder to have money disappear, like, I don't know, not see it, right? So just immediately just start putting it back towards, a 401k or any kind of Roth IRA, any kind of retirement plan. Do that immediately. Don't wait to start saving for those kinds of things. You mentioned in our prep, like, have your socials on private. You should, I say balance. Like, I know you're just starting off and you may feel like you have to like please all these people, but try and balance. Like, say no when you feel comfortable saying no, but also like try and like, I don't know, network outside of the office. Like, don't always network internally with these hoes, because you just
Ain't
gotta
nobody.
keep moving jobs and I don't know, all the things. I know we're at literal time, so do all the things that you all need to do to be successful. And this is our episode. We already dropped our socials. Follow us.
All right, bye.
Bye.